Hello and welcome to another episode of the Christian Life Coach podcast. I am Shanna Pizer, your Christian life coach. Welcome in to the show. I have a very boring episode for you today. That's not true. I'm going to talk about how boring can be a good thing and maybe even the goal. What? Shanna, what are you even talking about? So I'm shifting gears a little bit. Last week, I talked about something that's a little bit on the heavier side. Excuse me while I take a cup of my coffee or drink my coffee. And today I'm going to shift gears a little bit away from the heavy. So in my coaching, I really work with women on everything. And I mostly work with Christian women. Um, and a lot of times they come to me for weight loss, and then we end up working on all of the things that are really the issue. But when we're working on weight loss or any specific goal, really, when you have a goal, it's not truly a goal unless you have a plan. What is it going to take to achieve that goal? If it's weight loss, what are the steps? What are the things that I need to do in order to lose weight? Make more money, have better relationships, whatever it is. And as I have said and will continue to say, our whole lives are made up of habits. It is the habits that we have been practicing over and over and over again over periods of time, years and years and years, to get us the results that we have right now. The number that's on your scale right now today is because of the habits that you have been practicing up until this point. The relationship that you have with anybody is because of the habits that you have been practicing in relation to that relationship. Your finances, the amount of money that you have in the bank, and the things that you surround yourself with are all a product of your habits. And so if you want to change something like your weight, your bank account, your relationships, whatever it is, the state of your house, then you need to work on your habits. What are the habits that are moving me in the direction that I don't want to go? And what are the habits that I could start practicing to move me in the direction that I want to go? And I'm going to use weight loss as an example in this episode, just because it's typically an easy example to use. It has good illustrations for each step. So the topic today is make it boring. And when it's boring, keep going. Like, boring is the goal. I like to say that I my goal is to become the person who da 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 da, name the habits. I am a person who takes care of myself. And in order to take care of myself, these are the things that I do on a daily basis. Now, I brush my teeth every day and I shower most days. 98% of the time I shower. And it's not like there's a party going on because I'm getting in the shower or because I'm getting out of the shower or because I'm brushing my teeth or because I'm washing my face. Like, those things are just things that I do. They're just part of my life as a way to take care of my skin and my body and my hygiene, because I want to smell good. I want to be clean. I want to feel fresh. I want my mouth to taste minty and not coffee-y like it does right now. And those things aren't there's not like a celebration. There aren't people coming up to me saying, "Great job brushing your teeth today. That is amazing. You are incredible." And it sounds silly. And when we are working on something, weight loss as the example, we start to rely on that positive feedback. And it's a balance. It is a balance, and I'm sure I'll be addressing that. We come to rely on that, seeing the scale go down, um, getting too small for our clothes, so we need to buy smaller clothes, people commenting on the progress that we're making, the way that our body is changing. And while yes, we want to celebrate all of that, and we want to be excited and proud and notice and acknowledge and track all of those things, but we don't want to rely on them to keep us in the process. Progress doesn't always feel exciting. We're not always going to see the number on the scale going down. At some point, you're going to reach your goal weight, and people are going to stop noticing. And it's going to be that people just know you as being that size. And when you see people, you're not going to get that positive feedback. They're just going to be like, "Oh, hey, it's you. Awesome. So happy to see you." And so we don't want to rely on this, the watching the scale go down, having to buy new clothes, getting that reinforcement from other people. We want to learn to keep doing the thing because we know it's the right thing to do. This is how we take care of ourselves. This is how I listen to my body. This is how I move around in the world and be the person that I want to be. And those quick wins, the scale going down and noticing that the jeans are too big and I need a new pair of jeans, and somebody complimenting you, like, those are all dopamine hits that feel really good for a moment. But if you're only being consistent when you're consistently getting that feedback, and you're relying on that feedback to be consistent, what's going to happen when you're not getting those things? What happens when you hit a plateau and the scale doesn't budge for a while? Do you determine, this is just what I do now because I know that what I'm doing, I know that how I'm eating, I know that how I'm taking care of myself is what works. It is making a difference even when I can't see it. There are changes going on in my body, and this is just how I take care of my body now. This is just it. Instead of getting discouraged when you're not seeing those immediate results. And just like so if you start working out, if you start like a strength training program, and you're like, okay, and you might even have a goal of losing a certain percent of body fat, or you might get your muscles tested to see how much of your body is muscle weight, and you might want to work on bulking that up, like whatever it is, or you might just want to be doing it to fit into your clothes better. If you start a weight strengthening, a strength training program 3 days a week, and you go in and you work out 3 days that first week, and you do the work. This is what I'm doing, and you do the work. At the end of that week, you're not going to see a difference. And are you going to let that deter you from keeping going? Or are you going to remind yourself, I know this is working, I just can't see it yet, and that's okay. I'm going to keep going. And it's a lot more fun to do something and see immediate results. It takes a lot more mental effort and mentally reminding ourselves, I'm doing this because I know it's what's best. I may not see results for a while. And when I do, they might be really small, slow results. And can that just be okay? Can it just be, this is just what I do? And I love if you plant a seed, a flower seed or a vegetable seed or whatever, if you plant a seed, a tree, an acorn to grow an oak, is that right? I think so. You don't plant a seed and water it and then go dig it up to see, have you grown? No, you put it in the ground and you keep planting or you keep watering it and you wait and you water it because you know that it needs water and that's what it takes. Even though you don't see anything happening, you trust the process. Can we do that when, if it's weight loss, can we do that by practicing getting enough water every day, getting enough sleep every day, planning our food ahead of time and following our plan, paying attention to our body when we eat, asking myself, am I hungry? Have I had enough? Going for a walk and moving my body every day, paying attention to my thoughts. None of that is exciting. It's boring. And what if the boring is what gets us the results and changes the shape and size of our body or our bank account, or gets rid of the clutter in our house, or improves our relationships? So can we keep going and keep doing the things consistently over time, even when we're not seeing immediate results? And so how do you do this? How can I keep myself going when I'm not seeing the results, when I'm not getting that feedback? And like I said, focus on, I'm doing this because I know it's the right thing to do. Are you, can you be, can integrity, can being in integrity be enough to keep you going? I said I was going to do this, so this is what I'm going to do. I am a person who follows through. I'm a person who takes care of myself even when washing my face before I go to bed. Go to bed is not glamorous and exciting. I don't get I don't get any applause for doing it. Use habit tracker. I love a habit tracker. And not because I'm always getting all of my check marks. I do check marks and circles. Although I think I might, one of the ladies in my 7-day challenge had star stickers. So I think I'm going to start, instead of a check mark, I'm giving myself a star. I forgot about that. So I give myself a star when I do the thing and I draw a circle when I don't, just so that I can, when I look at it at a glance, I can kind of see how consistent I'm being. Use a habit tracker, track those habits. Because then if you look at that habit tracker over time and you get on the scale and the scale went up or down, you can look back at your habit tracker and go, yep, that makes sense. I was doing these things consistently or I wasn't, and that result makes sense. Journal. What's changing inside of you? How are your thoughts changing as you're going through this process of being consistent and being in integrity and doing the things that you know are going to create the result that you want? That can be huge. For me, in my weight loss journey, one of the biggest, well, there was two. There were two really major mindset shifts. I really did change the way that I talk to myself. I decided at one point that negative self-talk isn't welcome here. We don't do that anymore. And that's a game changer. When you don't let yourself talk yourself down all the time or ever, game changer. The other thing was I built trust in myself. I can make a food plan for the day and follow it. I'm a person, turns out I am a person that can do what I say I'm going to do. And that building self-trust, huge, life-changing. What's the bigger, like, okay, I want to lose 10 pounds, but what's the real reason? What's the real why? What's the real thing that I'm working towards? Confidence, being able to move easier, getting up and down off the ground with my grandbaby easier. That's what really matters. 10 pounds on the scale, that's great and all, but what does that mean for my life? That's what matters. And can you work towards being the person who, instead of trying to get that positive feedback, this is just who I am. And this kind of goes back to episode 22. I was talking about the unseen benefits. What is the benefit of doing this thing even when I can't see the results? So, and I really I kind of embrace boring. I'm not gonna lie. I say it a lot and it can come across as being like self-deprecating, but it's really not. I actually enjoy I enjoy the boring. I enjoy my day-to-day life. I I enjoy eating the like simple same thing over and over again. And so that's a benefit, I think, for this whole process is, can you enjoy it even when it's boring? And remind yourself it's boring because I'm in integrity. We I think that Instagram and TikTok and all of that, like everything has to be so exciting and perfect and aesthetically pleasing. But what if it's not? What if that's not even the goal? And I mean, don't get me wrong. I like exciting things too. I love to travel. I'm going to be traveling for the next, oh my word, 3 weeks, 4 states in 3 weeks, flying, driving, renting a car, all the things. Like I like exciting. I like doing fun things. And I also enjoy the boring. And I want to not rely on, and like I'm working on all of this too. Like this is I have not arrived, okay? I use this as a reminder to myself as well. I want to keep going no matter what, even when it's boring. The goal is for it to be boring. Just this is just what I do. That's what a habit is. A habit is when it's a fully formed habit, it's just what I do. I don't even really have to think about it anymore. I want to be a person that takes impeccable care of myself as a habit. I don't have to even put thought into it. It's just what I do. And because I'm a Christian life coach, I'm going to give you a Bible verse to go along with it. Do not grow weary in doing good. For the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Keep going. You're doing the good thing. Do not grow weary in drinking the water every day, in planning your food, in having a bedtime and setting your alarm for the same time every day. Do not grow weary in doing good. So what are the boring habits that you want to incorporate in your life that are going to create the results that you want? And what do you want to remind yourself of when you're not getting that positive feedback on a regular basis? What are you going to remind yourself of to keep going? I think like that's where the power is. When you can keep going when it's not exciting and it's not super fun, but you know this is the right thing to do, that's where the power is. That's where you create results. We just started this past Sunday, the summer reset. We are not having any live calls. It is all asynchronous. Thank you, 2020, for that term. And it's not too late to join. It's $197. It's a 6-week reset. And we are in Voxer, and we have a web page with with the videos, the teaching videos for the reset, lose weight, gain confidence, wake up feeling refreshed by doing the boring things. Thank you so much for being here. You can find me over on Instagram at Coach Shanna P, or my website is shannapizer.com, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you for being here. And remember that life coaching is life changing, one renewed thought at a time.